How do you do, Ivan Ivanovich? Delighted to see you. What brings you here?
My dear fellow, I want to ask you something. I implore you lend me a revolver till tomorrow. Be a friend.
What do you want a revolver for?
I must have it. Oh, your father, give me some water. I must have it. I have got to go through a dark wood. So in case of accidents, please lend it to me.
Oh, you liar, Ivan Ivanovich. What the devil have you got to do in a dark wood? I expect you are up for something. I can see by your face you are up for something. What's the matter with you? Are you ill?
Wait a moment, let me breathe. I am dog tired. I've got this feeling all over me and in my head as well as if I have been roasted on a spit. I can't stand any longer. Be a friend. Don't ask any question or insist on details. Just give me the revolver, I beseech you.
Well, really, Ivan. What coward is it? The father of a family, a civil servant holding a responsible post for shame?
What sort of a father of a family am I? I am a martyr. I am a beast of burden, a nigger, a slave, a rascal who keeps on waiting here for something to happen instead of starting off for the next world. I am a rag, a fool, an idiot. Why am I alive? What's the use? Well, now tell me, why am I alive? What's the purpose of this uninterrupted series of mental and physical sufferings? I understand being a martyr to an idea, yes, but being a martyr to devil knows what? Skirts and lamp globes? No! I humbly decline no! I've had enough! Enough!
Don't shout, the neighbors will hear you.
Let your neighbors hear, it's all the same to me. If you don't give me a revolver, somebody else will. And there will be an end of me anyway. I made up my mind.
Okay, hold on. Please. You already pulled off a party. Speak calmly. I still don't understand what's wrong in your life.
What's wrong? You ask me what's wrong? Very well. I'll tell you. Very well. I'll tell you everything. And then perhaps my soul will be light. Let's sit down. Now listen. Just let's take today as an instance. Let's take today. As you know, I've got to work at Treasury from 10 to 4. It's hot, it's stuffy, there are flies, and my dear fellow, the very dickens of a chaos. The secretary is on leave, Rapo has gone to get married, and the smaller fries mostly in the country, making love or occupied with the mature theatricals. Everybody is so sleepy, tired, and done up that you can't get any sense out of them. The public has lost its memory. Everybody is running about angry and raging in such a hullabaloo that you can't hear yourself speak. Confusion and smoke everywhere. And my work is deadly. Always the same. Always the same. First a correction, then a reference back. Another correction, another reference back. It's all as monotonous as the waves of the sea. One size, you understand, simply crawl out of one side. Give me some water. You come out a broken and exhausted man. You would like to dine and fall asleep, but you don't. You remember you live in the country, that is, you are a slave, a rag, a bit of string, a bit of limb flash, and you have to run round and do errands. Where we live, a pleasant custom has grown up. When a man goes to town, Every wretched female inhabitant, not to mention one's own wife, has the power and the right to give him a crowd of commissions. The wife orders you to run into the modesty and curse her for making bodice too wide across the chest and too narrow across the shoulders. Little Sonia wants a new pair of shoes. Your sister-in-law wants some scarlet silk, like that pattern at 20 kopecks in 3 hours in long. Just wait, I'll read you. A globe for the lamp, 1 pound of pork sausages, 5 kopecks worth of cloves and cinnamon, castor oil for Misha, 10 pounds of granulated sugar to bring with you from home, a copper jar for the sugar, carbolic acid insect powder, 10 kopecks for 20 bottles of beer, vinegar and corsets for Millie, Shanshu at number 82, and to bring home Misha's winter coat and galoshes. That is the order of my wife and my family. Then there are commissions from our dear friends and old neighbors. I will take them. Tomorrow is the name day of Lodi of Lasi and I have to buy a bicycle for her. The wife of Lieutenant Colonel Virkin is in an interesting condition and I am therefore bound to call in at the midwives every day and invite her to come, and so on and so on. There are 5 notes in my pockets and my handkerchief, it's all notes. And so, my dear fellow, you spend the time between your office and your train, running about the town like a dog with your tongue hanging out, running and cursing life. From clothiers to chemist, from chemist to modesty, from modesty to pork butcher, and then back again to chemist. In one place you stumble, in second you lose your money, in third you forget to pay. There is a hue and cry after you. In fourth you tread on a train of the lady's dress. You get so shaken up from all this that your bone ache all night and you dream of crocodiles. Well, now you've made all your purchases. But how are you to pack all these things? For an instance, how are you to put this heavy copper jar together with a lead globe? How are you to make a combination of beer bottles and this bicycle? It's a labor of Hercules, a puzzle, a rebus, whatever trick you think of. In the long run, you are bound to smash or scatter something. And at the station and the train, you have to stand with your arms apart, holding up some parcels or something under your chins, some parcels, some cardboard boxes and such like rubbish all over you. The train starts and the passengers begin to throw your luggage about on all sides. You have got your things on somebody else's seat. They yell, they call for the conductor, they threaten to have you put out. But what can I do? I just stand there and blink my eyes like a wet duck. Now listen to this. I get home. You think I would like to have a nice little drink after my righteous labor? Isn't that so? But there is no chance of that. My spouse has been on a lookout for me for some time. You have hardly started on your soup when she has her claws into you. Wretched slave that you are. Wouldn't you like to go to some amateur concerts or dance? You can't protest. You are a husband. And the word husband, when translated into the language of summer residents in the country, means a dumb beast, which will know to any extent without the fear of the interference of society for prevention of cruelty to animals. So you go. You blink at a family scandal or something. You applaud when your wife tells you to. And you feel worse and worse and worse until you expect an apoplectic fit to happen any moment. If you go to dance, you have to find partners for your wife. And if there is a shortage of them, then you dance battles by yourself. You get home from theatre or dance after midnight when you are no longer a man, but a useless limp and rag. Well, at last you have got what you want. You unrobe and get into bed. It's excellent. You can close your eyes and fall asleep. Everything is nice, warm and poetic. You understand? There are no children squalling behind the walls. You have got rid of your wife. Your conscience is clear. What more can you want? So you go. So you fall asleep. But suddenly, you hear a buzz. Gnats. Be there to pliacus gnats. It's one of the plagues of Egypt, one of the tortures of the Inquisition. It sounds so pitiful, so pathetic, as if it's begging your pardon. But the villain stings so that you have to scratch yourself an hour after. You smoke and go for them. You cover yourself from head to foot, but it is no good. At last, you sacrifice yourself and let the cursed thing devour you. You no sooner get used to the gnats when another plague begins. Downstairs, your wife starts practicing sentimental songs with her two friends. They sleep by the day and rehearse for amateur concerts by the night. Oh my God, those standards are a torture with which no gnats on earth can compare. Oh, tell me not my youth has ruined you. Before they do, I stand enchanted. Beastly things. They've about killed me. So as to deafen myself a little, I do this. I drum on my ears. This goes on till 4 o'clock. Brother, give me some more water. I can't. You're not having slept. You get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and off you go to the station. You run so as not to get late. It's foggy, muddy, cold. Then you get back to town. Start all over again. So, my dear fellow, it's a horrible life. I wouldn't wish one like it for my enemy. You understand? I'm ill. Got asthma, heartburn. I'm always afraid of something. I've got indigestion. Everything is thick before me. I've become a regular psychopath. Only between ourselves. I want to go down to see Shikote or Mirzaski. There's some devil in me, brother. In moments of despair and suffering, when gnats are stinging, tenors are singing, everything suddenly grows dim. You jump up and race around the house like a lunatic in shock. I want blood, blood. And really all the time you do want to let a knife into somebody or hit him overhead with a chair. That's what life in Samavila leads to. And nobody has any sympathy for me. Everybody seems to think it's all as it should be. People even laugh. But understand, I'm a human being. I want to live. This isn't farce, it's tragedy. I say if you don't give me a revolver, you might at any rate sympathize.
I do sympathize.
I see how much you sympathize. Goodbye. I have to buy some sausages and some tooth powders. And then go to the station.
Where are you living?
At Carrion River.
Really? Then you know Olga Pavlovna Finberg, who lives there?
Yes, we are even acquainted.
How perfectly splendid, man. It would be so good of you.
What's that?
Just promise you one thing. Be a friend. I mean, it's a favor.
What's that?
It would be such a friendly action, I implore you, my dear man. In the first place, give Olga Pavlovna my very kind regard. And in the second place, there's one little thing I would like you to take down to her. A sewing machine. She asked me to get it down, but I haven't anybody to send it down. So, you take it, my dear. You live there, you take it. And you might at the same time take this canary in his cage also. Only be careful or you'll break the door. Okay?
Sewing machine. Canary cage. Sausages.
Ivanovich.
Sausages.
What's wrong? Why are you turning purple?
Sausages. Give me the sewing machine.
Where is the bird cage? Is it there?
Get on top of yourself. Eat me. Tear me to pieces, kill me.
Okay, you have gone mad.
I want blood. Blood. I want blood! He's gone mad! He's gone mad! I want blood! Peter, Maria, help me!